Hey, what's up, guys? My name is DeMario, and we're back at another podcast doing Elevate Car Rentals. I started in this car rental space a couple years ago, but I'm actually super excited about this interview because we have a whole different way to look at the car rental business and to look at how you can make money in this. My goal is to get different people in different verticals, and he's on a different vertical. So I'll let the guest introduce himself and his company, and then we'll get into it.
Hi, guys. My name's Gord. My primary business is Airport Parking Phoenix out of, coincidentally, Phoenix, Arizona. I also have a small Turo fleet. I help manage camper vans. I'm starting a black car service. So if it's got wheels and it's by the airport, I'm probably involved.
Boom. I love it. I love it. Okay. How many cars do you have with just like on Turo, that the small fleet that you have?
Just on Turo, we're down to about 7. I've actually been putting most of my energy and my focus into my parking lots.
Okay.
I have the room to scale, but right now I'm focused on one goal at a time, and my goal is to grow my parking lots.
So the most cars you had at one point was like 10 cars, right?
Yeah, top.
Okay. And then I'm sure you've seen something in it in the space. Like, how did you get started into this parking lot idea? I'm really interested in that because I actually thought about it in California before. California is very expensive. So I've never heard of anybody doing it in Arizona besides when I met you. So let's get into like how you came about it, and then the mindset shift from I'm doing Turo, but this might be something I want to pursue.
Yeah, on my W-2 job, I'm actually a senior staff manager at a very big wholesaler that a lot of you probably have a membership to, subtle hint, subtle hint. But one of my primary job functions is minimizing expenses. And so I apply that to my rental cars and my rental car business, and my biggest expense was parking. I was shelling out $1,500 to $2,000 a month just on parking because of the proximity that we have to the airport. Like, we're less than a mile away. And so my wife and I talked about it, and we decided we needed to do something about our basic expense, which was parking. And we coincidentally found a vacant lot just down the street from the parking garage where we were keeping our cars. And we got in touch with the seller and just started negotiating with them, and ended up getting a pretty sweet seller finance deal on it. And the rest is a wrap. We just started keeping our cars there and renting out the extra space.
Okay. That's good. I think a lot of people, I like to tell people like this, the rental car space is just like really good accounting and understanding really good compliance, and you'll last longer because you'll go bankrupt with one or the other being wrong. So that's really interesting. Okay. So you got the lot seller financing. This is the first one. How many spots is this parking lot?
So the one that we own, it can hold up to 108 vehicles.
Okay.
We currently have it striped out to only hold about 88. That's deliberate just because it's currently under construction. We're getting utilities. It's going to have EV chargers, solar car canopies. We got food trucks coming in. We're thinking of different revenue streams at the lot. Like, we even wash cars and detail them on site for other Turo hosts if they're out of town or unable to make it down in time to do a flip.
So you first got the lot. So was it like gravel, or did you already have a lot and then you guys just paved the parking spots and everything?
It was actually more of a homeless camp than it was a gravel parking lot. And I had to go out there and make some friends. Didn't have to pick up a stick to make the friends, fortunately. But I had to let them know it's now private property and they needed to find somewhere else to set up. But it was just dirt and gravel, and we just striped it and set it up with, like, you go to baseball games or events and they got the QR codes where you pay to park, and that's how we were doing it at first. I would love to say that the initial person that we had was fantastic at marketing us and getting us more customers, but they really weren't. We ended up finding another service provider that really got us out there and got people coming in, and we filled the lot. We shut down temporarily to pave the lot, and then we restriped it, and we've been over capacity a few times since, and so it's been awesome.
How would you compare that? So you have the cars, so now you get the lot. And what's the first thing? Did you initially start talking to Turo hosts to have them use a lot, or did you who was your clientele when you like first started? Hey, we're just boots off the ground and we have to go get some of these spots rented out.
Day one was more Turo hosts. Where we were at, they weren't accepting any new Turo hosts at that parking garage. A lot of the other big guys, they're very anti-Turo.
Yeah.
Phoenix Sky Harbor, I can't say is a big fan of Turo either.
Yeah.
So we were looking for like a hub, a little ecosystem to be Turo friendly. We opened up, we got some Turo hosts to come join us. We got other people who have either been following me or following Turo and then looking for parking. and they just reached out and they started utilizing our lot. We have a free shuttle to and from the airport.
Wow.
So that's huge.
That is huge.
And our guys, it's peace of mind for me too, because I got someone there from sun up to sundown, constantly checking on my cars, helping guests get checked into their vehicles. We got an air compressor on site, so if they got low air in their tire, we take care of them right there, and then they're on their way. So it's a great customer service experience. We preach that we're a better spot, better experience.
I like that.
Because we want people to go after that Turo mindset of skip the rental counter. If you go to the rental counter, from my experience, if a car's got an issue, now you're sitting in the lobby for hours on end waiting for someone to take care of something. My guys, hey, I got a flat. No problem. Let me get the pump.
Yeah.
They take care of it. Everything else look good to you? Great.
Wow.
Have a good day.
I like this. So what's some of the feedback like from other hosts that you got in the space that are like that rent from you? And how do you do it? Are you charging them daily? Are you charging them monthly? Take a percentage? How are you structuring that with Turo Host?
Yeah. So with the Turo Host, we charge a Turo subscription fee. Basically, we charge you a certain monthly amount based off the number of vehicles you have. So like your first 10 vehicles, for example, would be $110, and then it goes down $5 for every subsequent 10 that you have after it. I only have one guy who has more than 10 with me, so we really haven't had to explore that. But we also have a clause in there that if your vehicle is parked for more than 14 days in the month, you default to daily parking. So
I like that. That's good.
We want them to stay rented, but it's a perfect little ecosystem because our airport travel parkers, like our daily rate parkers, they use the heck out of my lot Thursday through Monday, Friday through Sunday. And Turo, they need somewhere to keep them Tuesday through Thursday. So I'm filling the void with Turo hosts, keeping the revenue coming in during slow airport travel parking days with these Turo hosts. And it's great. We touched on it in the past. I have a auto body shop right next door to me, and they'll come pick up the vehicle, service the vehicle for me, my hosts, and anyone else who needs the service. And it's just really a blessing to have them that close and have them be that big of an asset to our operation.
Man, that's key. I've seen people try to do this in different cities. I've seen a couple, haven't seen it like at this scale. This is pretty cool. So let me ask you, when someone has a car, why do you have that 14-day? Is your goal to have their car like just pay? If the car is sitting, you're going to get paid either way. It's interesting. So you have the 14-day clause that says that if it's not rented, you go to daily.
Correct.
Why is that?
Because I make more revenue from people going to the airport and parking their car with me daily than I do from the Turo host. Because the Turo hosts are already getting a discount to park with me on the monthly. But if they were paying for a monthly storage, they'd be paying closer to $300 a month to leave their car sitting. And that's not the subscription they signed up for. Like we want their cars to be rented, because if their cars are sitting, they're not making money. So it entices the Turo host, hey, pay more attention to your cars, pay attention to your pricing. Is your dynamic too high? Are you charging too much on delivery? Do you need to keep up on maintenance? I can help you out with that.
Yeah.
But even if it's something, we have all these algorithms and different categories where we get graded on, and cleanliness is one of them. So we have on-site detailing. My guys can help detail a car or flip a car. We got the tire shine and the pressure washer. So if someone's coming to pick up that day and their car needs a refresh and they know that they're cleaning, their ratings on their cleanliness for them as a host isn't where they want it to be, we can do a refresh for them right before it goes out. So hopefully they can get their ratings up. Wow.
I like that. I think it adds accountability to what they're doing. And like you said, you're giving them a discount. So that's good. So now you have one lot. Now, how many lots do you have total?
We have 2 now.
Okay, 2. The mindset, what happened between, okay, I have 1, and okay, what was it like? Okay, I need to go get another lot. How did that come? And do you own that lot as well, like the seller financing, or how did you guys structure that?
So we got really creative with the naming of the parking lots. We call it Lot 1 and Lot 2. Okay. It's easy for me to remember.
There we go. Hey, simplicity is key.
So Lot 1 is the one that we own. Lot 2, we are leasing, but we have first right to renew on every subsequent lease, which means that they can't offer it to anyone else unless I deny it. So that was a big part, because we dropped some coin into getting it up to standard for parking. Like we brought in crushed asphalt millings, which is basically just recycled freeway that they bring in, they pack down, they make it look right. We brought it, like our goal is to be sustainable. Like we want to be a sustainable business. Like I talked a little bit earlier about having EV chargers and solar car canopies. All of our lights in our parking lots right now are solar. We're in Phoenix.
Yeah.
330 days of sun.
Yep.
We're good. Yeah. We have solar motion detection, person in range, like cameras that will follow people that are there after
wow.
hours.
That's good.
Yeah, we have, gosh, I can't even remember how many, but more than I can count solar parking lot lights. And because Phoenix is a dark sky community, we actually got the ones that go from 30% illuminated to 100% illuminated when they detect motion, which is nice because we're abiding by the city's goal. We're being sustainable. We're not putting more strain on the grid. It's already hard enough with all the ACs cranking when it's 115 out.
Yeah.
Everything currently at my properties is off grid. We will eventually be attached to the grid at lot 1 because we have bigger plans to grow that with the EV chargers and everything else. But most of our business is truly off grid. Like, we use a gas generator. We bought a mobile detail setup to detail our cars and then got rid of the trailer. Everything is just solar, or with the exception of the generator, which is gas. And we have a solar generator which charges our pressure washer. Like, the pressure washer we use is just like a USB-C that plugs into the generator.
Oh, wow.
Recharges. I don't even know that we use the gas generator anymore than when the solar generator runs out of juice.
Okay. How far are the 2 lots, like in proximity? I'm trying to think.
You can get driveway to driveway in less than 2 minutes.
This video is sponsored by Elevate Verify. Are you tired as a rental car owner trying to verify guest insurance? Maybe it's fake, expired, or you don't even know where to begin? Elevate Verify can help you do that. All you got to do is input the information. All you got to do is send this link. All you got to do is input your client's name, phone number, and email. And guess what? Elevate Verify, we send the link directly to your client and help you verify insurance. And then you get a text message just like this. And the text message lets you know if the insurance has passed authentication. This is going to save you guys so much money in the long run. As a rental car owner myself, and the biggest hurdle getting into the private rental space was getting the guests to have their insurance. And what if they cancel? Don't worry. Elevate Verify has you covered because they can even check if somebody cancels while renting your car for the month. Go ahead and click down below to get your free trial. How did you expand how many people do you have work for you? What are some things that you like put in place so you can be here in Vegas and do different things like that? How are you running like the systems as far as you have a team? How big's the team? I think that's really important because a lot of entrepreneurs start and get into things like, I'm going to do everything myself. I talk about systems and hiring. So let's get into that.
For the operations of the shuttle, I think we're up to 6 people. We originally I just had 2 guys, and I use an app called Connect Team. You literally just post a shift and people can claim it, and then they go do it. They clock in, they clock out, or you can choose to pay them by the task. I've been doing it by the hour because that's what most of them want to do. Sometimes it takes longer than anticipated with unforeseen things that come up. But my shuttle drivers also clean my cars. The way we do it right now is they call the designated phone number. I own the rights to the number 844 PHX Park. Pretty easy to remember if you're parking with us.
Right.
You just call and say, hey, I'm ready for a pickup. My guy goes and gets you. When they pick you up, they figure out where you're at. We're also working on developing a software, which is really cool. Like, you go to the big guys, the big parking places, you can see in their lobby where all the shuttles are, watch it on the TV. Wow. We're developing an app where you can see it on your phone.
Wow.
So you say, hey, I'm ready for pickup. You can now track the shuttle on your phone to see where it is in our little loop of going from lot 1, lot 2 to airport. It's just on repeat. But the flip side of that coin is my shuttle drivers can also see where you are when you're ready for a pickup.
Wow. So I get what you're saying. Almost like an Uber interface.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
So that way, like, if they're at lot 1 and you're at the airport, they're not going to go to lot 2 if there's no one there waiting. They're just going to come straight to you. So it enhances the customer experience because it's minimizing wait times, and they're just coming straight to you to pick you up.
Wow, that's good. I like that. So what's the goal with the parking lots? And I want to talk about how you have your camper van set up. That's really interesting, and how that differs from the car market versus this market, because I think it's a lot different, but I'm pretty interested in learning about that. So what's the goal with the parking lots? Are you looking to expand the parking lots? Are you looking to add more things to the parking lot, like lifetime value for the client? What would be some fast forward 2 years? What would be like one of the goals that you would like to hit?
Yeah, right now, our biggest goal, we joke about going from gravel to gold. We got the land. We're trying to stack as many revenue streams as possible on them, especially on the one that I own. I certainly want to make sure that the experience is consistent across the board with awesome customer service, a clean parking lot, a well-lit parking lot, a secure parking lot, regardless of which one they're at. But I'm definitely putting more energy and resources into the one that I own. We do have the camper vans, like you mentioned. It's an awesome partnership that I have with a business They pay us to clean them. They pay us to store them. We also market it and advertise it to our customers because if they're busy, we're busy. It's a good little ecosystem. But our goal is to stack as many revenue streams as possible. For instance, we rent out part of our property to a food truck.
Okay.
And this guy's got a huge social media following. People will wait up to 2 hours for his food.
Wow.
Yeah. It's,
oh, wow.
And I've tasted it. It's worth it.
Wow.
It's amazing. But they'll come out from all parts of Phoenix. And because we're in, he calls it the highway diamond, where we got like the 3 major freeways just encapsulating us. It's a perfect destination for food trucks. So we charge him rent every month to use space that I couldn't park cars in anyway. And then it's also becomes like a brand awareness. People know that we're there now because they go to his food truck and like, oh, I didn't know this was here. We also have vending machines. We are going to have an ATM service because most people traveling need cash to tip the front desk concierge or the shuttle driver.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I want to have mailbox money where I have small little P.O. boxes because the amount of apartments that are built across us, like we have a 320 unit across the street. They're building an 810 unit, like one street over. And then directly across from us, they're also putting up another 360 unit.
Wow.
And as a lot of people probably know, Scottsdale is one of the highest millionaire per capita in the U.S.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
A lot of those folks are entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And they don't want mail coming to their house. So they need a P.O. box.
True. That's true.
You fill out a wall of little $25 P.O. boxes.
Yeah.
Now your walls are making you money too. And we're exploring different things with EV chargers where we do a revenue share with B companies. They will install EV chargers no cost to you if you do a revenue share with them.
Really?
So you might only get 20 to 30% of that revenue, but that's 20 to 30% of revenue that you wouldn't have been getting if you hadn't pursued that option. Same with, we have another gentleman who owns a solar company and he's willing to do the same with solar car canopies. So he's willing to come in and put solar car canopies over all the parking spaces in my parking lot. And it's a win-win for me because, again, revenue share, I own the property. It's a long-term game for them because they know, I might shell out 6 figures to install all these car canopies and the solar panels and the infrastructure. But over the course of 10 to 30 years, if they're making revenue on that solar, like the sun's not going to go away in Arizona. I'm sorry. It's hot.
Yeah.
But they are now making money on that. So it is a good long-term investment for them to install those on properties where someone has a long-term lease or they own the property.
Yeah.
So it will have revenue streams from daily parking, monthly parking, Turo subscriptions, solar panel revenue share, e-charger revenue share, our vending machines, our ATM, our mailbox money.
Wow.
We detail cars. We have the ability, like if you're coming to travel, you park at my parking lot. If you need an oil change, I can get your car oil change done and have it detailed when you get back. You leave your keys with us. We call the mechanics and say, hey, we got this, Audi R8 out here that needs an oil change. Okay, no problem, because they do everything from economy to high end. Like they work on G-Wagons, Bentleys to '07 Corollas. Like they'll handle it for us.
That's some vertically integrated. I like that.
So it's a huge convenience factor for the customer. They pull up, they park. They can grab a food truck if they want to, if they're hungry. They can grab an energy drink out of the vending machine, get a free shuttle to the airport. And then when they get back, their car has had the maintenance done, so they don't have to inconvenience themselves with making an appointment while they're in town. And it's been detailed. And I don't know about you, but there's nothing better than getting into a freshly clean car, especially if you didn't have to do it.
Yes. Yeah, especially if you don't have to do it. I like that. Okay, so what would be like when you first started, right? Like just ground one. What are the 3 things that you think that like the 3 steps that you took to just get into the space, right? So say when you just had the cars and you're like, okay, we're paying too much money for parking. What was like the 3 steps you did to get into securing a lot?
The biggest one is just literally getting your feet on the ground. We drove around, but you have to, the location has to make sense. Like commercial brokers, they're going to pitch it to you as, oh, hey, this place is only 2 miles away from the airport. It's perfect. And then you drive from that location to the terminal and it takes 20 minutes. Like you're not going to be able to be efficient in that location. So the location has to make sense. Like we looked at properties that were physically closer to the airport, like it shared a fence with the runway, but it took 25 minutes to drive around to get to the terminals.
That's good. You're right.
Where we're at, the driving path is 0.7 miles from terminal to parking lot. So it is immensely more convenient. It is way faster for people to get to their car and off the airport because the goal is always minimize the wait.
Yeah.
But a big thing we learned in going through this is there's a lot of zoning restrictions that you have to look into because if you're not zoned appropriately, then you have to go to the city and hope that they approve your zoning amendment or rezoning, it has to go to a board. You have to speak to the board to try to get them to rezone your property.
So were these properties already zoned for what you needed it, or you had to go do that process?
Yes and no.
Okay.
We were very fortunate. Ours was zoned what they call C3. I can have anything from a church to a casino or both on my property. It's great. But unfortunately, my parcel was also split. So that's where they got me. The back 10 feet of the property was residential. So I had to abide by the parameters of both restrictions.
Interesting.
So I had to go to the city and get that back 10 feet rezoned. It took a while, but it happened. We got it. We're good. But it literally was anything and everything that could have come out of left field. I feel like we overcame.
Is that something I want to touch on that real quick? The zoning thing, because I'm sure that's like a big hurdle for many people. So is that on the one that you did the seller finance, or is that the leased?
That's the one that I own. So that's the seller finance one.
Okay. Did they know that there's two zonings, or it was just like one of those weird things?
Yeah, they actually did, and they disclosed it to us during our due diligence, which is fantastic. They did the right thing. That's good. They maintained their integrity.
So it sounds like a lot of what I'm hearing so far is like you started the business, and then you started getting like different partnerships, and like this is some real good leverage. I like it. So with the camper van business, so you like co-host basically or franchise, you're in the business. So are you guys doing like turnovers and stuff for them, or is it just like the parking? What are you doing in that?
Yeah, so we help with the customer experience. They have their own CX team that we use Slack to communicate with them. And we can dive into the Phoenix channel or the company channel. If Phoenix isn't answering us, then we go broader. But we flip them. That entails doing a post-trip inspection, an RCM software. We clean them and strip them, pull out the bed linens. We wash the linens. We wash the dishes. We detail the vans from top to bottom. Then we put the clean dishes back in and remake the beds, and then do the pre-trip for the next reservation. And then the morning they go out, we do the checkout form where we're just doing the photo documentation of the condition of the vehicle when the customer picks it up. And then it's off on its way.
Wow. So is it like all through some sort of app or something? You guys get the booking and you guys fulfill it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. So are you doing that at both of your lots, or just like one of your lots?
We only do strictly airport parking and Turo reservations at lot 2. At lot 1 is the ecosystem.
Right.
It's the main hub, the launch pad for...
Is that where the food truck goes?
Yeah.
Okay, lot 1.
Lot 1, yeah.
Wow.
For vehicle businesses or vehicle-based businesses.
That's interesting. I like that. So as far as, so are you able to scale that business? Do they send you more camper vans, or how does that work?
It's seasonal.
Okay.
Nobody wants to camp when it's 120 outside. Even if the sun's down, it's still miserable.
Yeah.
But we flex our fleet. So during the summer, we drive them one way to Denver and Salt Lake to get them out of the heat. And then come winter, they migrate back. They're currently in the process of picking up, I think it's 15 or 18 more vans and selling off 2. So they're netting 16 more, which will put them, I think, at 110 vans.
Wow.
Across all the markets. And John Smith can rent it in LA and drop it off in Denver, and then Buffy can pick it up in Salt Lake and drop it off in Phoenix.
Okay.
A lot of their customers are international, so they like to fly into Vegas and Phoenix because it's monetarily cheaper to fly into Phoenix and Vegas because we're such big, busy airports that people like to come into us, and you don't have to shovel sunshine off the runway. So your flight's not going to get canceled, and they can stick to their plans and not get delayed. So we get a lot of business. Last year was our first year being fully committed to the operation of flipping them at my lot and us picking up their customers from the airport and bringing them straight to the lot. And it actually works out awesome because more often than not, they're international and their flight gets delayed. When it gets delayed, it's not an hour, it's a couple of days.
Yeah.
So what did we do? And my friend and I, he has Airbnb, so I recommend his Airbnb. I have rental cars. So I put him in my car to go to my buddy's Airbnb, and it always seems to be weekdays, and so I'm helping him fill the void. And
I like this.
Yeah, he gives me a slice of
the partnerships are crazy.
Are everything, man. It's better to get part of the pie than none of it.
Yep. I like that. That's impressive stuff. Okay, so what I always like to do, like in the rental car industry, we have so many horror stories from people drunk driving and people crashing in a river, all this. So what are some, I'm curious, it look like in that world? What's some horror stories that you can share when it comes to either the parking or the camper vans?
Oh man, we knock on wood, we haven't had anyone inflict any deliberate damage to either of my properties, any of my customer cars, but we've had some shady business.
Really?
Like where dude's trying to hide his girlfriend's car from her, and so he parks it in my parking lot. She reports it stolen.
No.
Tracks it to my parking lot. The cops roll up. He rolled up about an hour or two before and picks it up. And so he was just hiding it from her. We've had people hiding their cars in our parking lot to avoid them getting repoed. They pay to park because the truck is going to go to their work or their house. They're not going to the airport parking lots.
Yeah.
We've had a guy joke about or ask me, hey, do you give parking tickets if I don't pay? I was like, that's a silly question. I would call you first, but like, why would you do that? I'm thinking about getting back at my ex. I'm like, oh, okay, we're not going to do that.
Not here.
Yeah, he was joking about bringing her car, leaving it there, and getting some tickets for her, but luckily that didn't come to fruition. But certainly that guy who is hiding his girl's car, like just playing childish games. So the cops came, asked to look at the footage to see if the car had been on the property. I didn't have to pull the footage because I had the license plate in my payment history. So I was like, yeah, they paid to park this time to this time. And he's like, when did they leave? I was like, their reservation ended here and they're not here.
Wow.
I can't tell you that.
Oh, so they left before the cops.
Yeah, he pulled out like the morning of the cops coming.
His spidey senses is tingling, man.
She must have said something to him and he must have figured it out. But the cop was like, okay, I'm just confirming the facts before we pull him over. I have an undercover on him. I was like, oh, this is real. Good luck with that.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't even think about it. So what happens if someone keeps their car in your parking lot and then they just don't pay you?
Our mechanics on a tow company.
Come on, man. The partnership king right here. Yep. Okay.
So they get the revenue from the tows and they pick them up, they drop them off somewhere else that we can't share. And then when they want to pay the bill, they get the car back.
Boom. I like that, man. You do a lot of partnerships. You're thinking of all this stuff. Okay. So what about in like the camper world? Is there something that's, I'm sure that, so these people are getting these, they're able to move this camper van and go to different states. You guys let them out of state. Okay. What's up? You got a horror story in that space?
Knock on wood, we haven't had one yet. Like we've had them come back and it looks like they were like rally racing through the desert and there's rocks that went through their side view mirrors and bumper panels that have been ripped off or the side of the cars, cracked windshields. People are nasty. Yeah. They don't rent those things just for the drive. Yes. And having to clean up after that is probably my least favorite part, but they get hit with a pretty gnarly, your gross cleaning fee. But I want to say 80 to 90% of our clientele or customers are middle-aged to elderly. I don't mean to say elderly, but older than us.
Yeah, van life. Right?
Yeah, they're van lifers, man. They're campers that just want to be able to camp wherever they stop driving. So it's actually eye-opening to see that you can gear your business towards a certain clientele. Yeah. And I know that they vet their renters. Like you have to be over 25 to do it. You can't be 19 pulling up with 6 friends. Yeah. You can only we won't release the vehicle to you if it's a 2-seater and you have 4 people present.
Oh, that's good.
Because you have to have a seatbelt when the vehicle is being transported. We'll upcharge you into a bigger van. Okay. If there's more seats, like if you got 4 of you guys, we're like, sorry, you reserved this, but unfortunately you either have to drive separately or we're more than happy to put you into a van that accommodates 4 people. Wow. But just for liability reasons, we won't release it if you show up and you're trying to get some more people just sitting on the floor or laying in the bed in the back because if it gets in an accident.
So they have to be buckled in while they're driving. Okay. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's good. Okay. I actually have this question about the vans. What's the longest rental you had with one of those? Are they just 2 weeks or is there somebody like really van lifing it and just renting it for a while? If
I remember correctly, and I want to say it was like 6 to 8 weeks. Like full honesty, there's so many different vans. Like I can't keep track of them half the time. They look similar and they all have van puns as names, like Vanakin Skywalker, the Vandalorian. Like they all have van names, so it's hard to keep them straight. But like the way our business works, like we flip them within 24 hours of return. We have the RCM software, so we know when they're coming back. Like we have the you can pull it up on the app where it shows these vans are coming back this day at this time. So it makes it easier for me to plan labor or my on-site lead to call someone in if he needs help getting them done. Like obviously if it's Friday or Saturday, there's gonna be a lot of people that need shuttles. So I don't want him making them wait while he's cleaning a van.
Yeah.
So he'll just bring somebody in to clean the vans and it works.
How much are you guys renting them out? Like typically on like if somebody wanted a week, how much are you renting it out like per day?
It really varies if you're getting a smalls or a biggie or a squad. So smalls are just like the Pro Masters. The biggies are the ones that have a kitchenette.
Come on. This is cool.
The
Okay.
refrigerator, the bed, they all come with generators, like little pull-out ovens, utensils, the whole nine. And then the squads, they got rooftop tents. They're basically biggies with rooftop tents.
What?
They're pretty sweet. If my kids weren't half wild animal, I'd be all about it.
That's cool.
But when they get older, I'll be using it for sure. But no, it's great business. Some of those guys, they go out for, over a month because the convenience of being able to drop it off in a different state.
Oh yeah.
People love that.
The one way, so someone could get one and then go to a different location and drop it off. Is there like a big bill? Like I know if you do it with Enterprise, they're going to charge you significantly more. No? Wow. That's having multiple verticals.
You select your pickup destination. You select your preferred van. We're never going to put you in one lesser, but we might put you in a squad if you reserved a biggie if we don't have one available. And then you select your return destination. And if we need to get one from point, as the hosts, if we need to get a van from Vegas to Phoenix, we just have one of our detailers jump in it, drive it, and then jump on a flight back.
I like that. Oh man, I'm sold. I'm sold. Where can I book? So let's go ahead and drop your maybe your website, your Instagram. How do people get in contact with you? Because I think this is really cool. I definitely want to be a customer and get one of these vans because this sounds like an interesting thing.
Yeah, so all my ventures are on airportparkingphoenix.com. It's all one long word, no abbreviations. Just go to partnerships, the drop down, go to partnerships, partners. You can see all the different things you do. Like you can reserve the camper vans. You can rent a car from us. We're getting ready to launch a black car service for folks that are coming in and want that high-end experience coming out of Phoenix. My parents, they also own a open air golf cart tour business in Old Town Scottsdale. So you can rent a golf cart tour and they'll take you for tacos and tequila. Like they'll take you to the best taco spot in Old Town Scottsdale and then take you to the best tequila bar.
Oh, wow.
And it's cool because the weather in Arizona is beautiful 9 months out of the year.
Yeah.
The other 3, forget about it. Don't even think about coming. Don't come in the summer. Don't come in the summer. Don't do it.
I stayed out in Arizona for a month in the summer. But compared to Vegas, it was a little hotter.
It's
to me.
similar.
Very similar. Okay, cool. Definitely appreciate you coming on. I think this is a very impressive story on how you really are doing these partnerships. I think this is one of the stories that I heard. And I'm like, okay, he's thinking of this, he's thinking of that, and being vertically integrated. So thanks for coming on.
No, appreciate you having me. Thanks, man.